Right then boys, welcome back to the Micra. Long time no see on it really. I did an updates video, but that's really sort of off my Beamer. Not really done anything on this recently. Only thing I've really done is with the water pump. I've decided to go to electric water pump. Was fucked about with a mate, well I suppose a mate, getting the water pump welded up, so I just thought fuck it, and I've Joby welded it, so either it'll work or it won't. We'll see. But yeah, currently the engine is sat on wood blocks. One of the gearbox mount bolts is in, but it's pivoted so the engine swings this way, so I can access this a lot easier. But today I'm going to get it to a point where that is fully bolted on as it should be, so then I can bolt the cross member back in and then start working on making an engine mount. Because that's one thing I need to do, and then the engine can be fully mounted and we can work on all the other shit that's sort of involving. But yeah, it's probably been about don't know how many months now. It's just been really cold, not really had the motivation. It's really cold today, to be fair. It's like 0, sort of -1, so yeah, you can see the paintwork on things has taken its toll. Since summer, when I sort of cleaned all this end up, I didn't paint it because it looked really good when I cleaned it up, but obviously being bare, it's corroded. Blocks held up well. Gearbox, you can see it's starting to corrode. Unfortunately, I still need to paint that, but don't worry about that. It's not held up bad, but the weather has been affecting it. You can see on the bonnet as well. This was just sort of slight corrosion before, but now it's, yeah, it's a bit crusty, but it's all right on the outside, so that's what we're worried about. I can imagine the car itself has been affected, but yeah, the sill's probably been affected a bit. It doesn't look as, like, it doesn't look crazy, but it is spreading a little bit. Don't know about the other side. The other side still looks okay. I've got it supported now. One of the bolts is in there. So this is an issue as well, is like remembering where I put all the bolts, because they're the 2 bolts for the back part of the cross member, but there's only 1 bolt in the front, and I don't know where I put the other bolt. It's been that long since I've worked on it. Oh, there we go. That's the one we want. At least I left them all in the scuttle, so in one place. But yeah, let's get that unbolted so the engine will fully swing. And I'm probably going to have to get a trolley jack out to jack that side up and sort of push it across. I did it a few times before and it's quite awkward to do. So that's the jack under there, hopefully. I think these are the bolts. Fuck, I don't even know. I thought I had Allen key bolts on these, but I don't know if I changed them. Hopefully. A bit more lining up. Oh. Difficult that is. Yeah, that's going to be difficult to get in with the camera. There we go. After a bit of wiggling, got to go. I think these are the right bolts, because I did put Allen key bolts in some of these, but then I couldn't find Allen key bolts for all of them. So I think I switched to normal bolts. But they're threaded in nicely. Don't want to gun them in, you know, from the start and fuck up the threads, because you don't want to fuck up the threads on your gearbox, do you? So, hopefully, yeah. So that side's supported by the crane. It's still really close to there. Let me lower this down and see where I can get it. Instead to get the cross member bolts in, because in theory that's effectively your mid-engine mount, which you've got a mount at the back, and that determines the rotation a bit of the engine. So, what's there? If I look at this off now, see it's quite close. Come on. Better. see it's really far over, which is worrying, I think, anyway. Got room around there, although the back mount isn't actually tight, so I'll also jack it up so I'll get it in a position that I actually want, just sort of like, oh fucking hell, like in between that. So other people's videos, their engines are not as far over as mine. Mine's is really far left. Yeah, because that's proper close to that. And at that point, the engine's fairly level. That's like really close. Why is that so close? It's not like, that's just a stock mount. My rear mount may be a tiny bit different because it's obviously all polybush and it's one I've made myself, so in theory it could affect the rotation of the engine. But I matched it to what it was, or what it should be. See the bolt's in there, but it's not tight. Could try tighten that up, see if it will make a difference. Let's try that. So the issue I'm struggling with now is, now that's all bolted in, it is just so close to here. So there's another guy in the UK that's done it, Turbo Tosh. His one was a GA16, but wouldn't have thought it'd be any different. So on his, this mount is like further over, and it's like that hole is here. So I don't know if it's like a different post mount, but it doesn't look different. It looks the same. His is just way further that way. But I don't understand how it could be, because even if I had that at a different angle, the rear mount, it's still going to be the same width wise, because of where the cross member bolts. And that one, it's a stock mount but filled with poly, so it's not going to go any further right. What's causing my engine to be so far left? I really don't know. The only good thing about it, or today, is there is clearance here against the chassis. Oh, that's really close though. Hopefully that doesn't hit. Oh, you can just see a gap. Yeah, it doesn't hit the thing, but it's very, very close. I think I don't need that outer pulley, but I think it's a rubber line pulley, so if you've got someone on a lathe cut it off, the inner pulley would just fall off, I believe. Yeah. That up against the firewall as well? Okay, not. No, there's room. It's very close up against, is that the clutch cable? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why this would be so far over unless this is a different post mount. That's the only thing I can think of. Worst comes to worst, is there flat? There's enough flat there. I thought that you could chop that off, put a thread in there, then make a mount from there, and just have a really small tubed bush. Plan was to try and find some exhaust tube, just so small, but I think that'd be even too big. Buy a sleeve and then do the same as the rear, just make a little poly mount for it. Yeah, that's weird about that post mount being so far in a different place. So the top hole like that, then make a plate across. You could quite easily make a solid mount if you wanted to, because you'd have to shave that down a bit and then have, yeah. So that's the thing, I could make a poly mount with this, but then it would have to be that hard poly that it doesn't move, so it may as well be solid. But I think, well, imagine if you could, ooh, that'd be a cool idea. You need a milling machine though, to shave this face down so that it would pull it further in. Be cool, but a bit out of what I'm doing. I also make your own mount to go on there, to be fair, but I feel like it can be easier to modify this one. Yeah, I'm just hoping 2 bolts will be enough. It'll be same size as that, but just like there. I think that would work. Just drill and tap it. I don't want to leave this video there for here now. I just wanted to actually just do some fucking work on this thing because it's been that long that I've just literally just not touched it. I might have a go at fucking about with that, but that'll be in the next video. Yeah, I just wanted to actually do some work on it because it's been that long. See you guys in the next video. Hopefully, might have something closer to an engine mount. Then the engine will be mounted. Then we can move on to more exciting shit like plumbing it all up and all that bollocks. So yeah, cheers.